Hey, what's up guys? John from Mongo Fishing. Today I'm out here on gorgeous Lake Ouachita. It's a overcast day. It's supposed to rain today. It's like a 70% chance of rain, which in Arkansas math equates out to like a 400% chance of rain. 70% of the day probably, whatever. So I'm planning on throwing topwater as long as I possibly can. First time on Ouachita in the new boat. So just gonna play around out here and see how many fish I can catch on topwater. So let's stick some lips. All right guys, so it started raining and I got my rain gear out and I put it on and it stopped raining. So got that going for me. Got long pants and long sleeve, you know, like jacket sort of stuff, and it stopped raining. I guess I'll be taking this right back off. Oh well, keep fishing. All right guys, so I just changed out batteries and baits. I still have a black Buzzbait on, but I went with a different model, different company. Not because there's anything wrong with the first one. The first one, it's really weird, man. Sometimes out here on Ouachita, I can get bit on one brand and not on another. And then, you know, I switch it up and, or like not get bit on one brand, switch it to a different brand, same exact trailer, same exact everything, and then just tear them up. And, or the other way around, like throw brand A, not get bit, tie on brand B, catch fish, and then start out with brand B, not get bit, throw on brand A, catch fish. So that's kind of what I'm doing, keeping the same colors and everything, just, you know, just switching up brands, slightly different sound, both clacking Buzzbaits, and we'll just see if maybe they want a different sound today. And the rain's picked up more. Oh. Well, I don't know why I missed him. He was on. I don't think that would keep, but let's find out. That would be the first keeper, guys. Little guy. Fish on this cast. There he is. Not a keeper. That's a better one. Keeper number 2. All right guys, so it's like 9:22. Just swapped out batteries again. I don't know, I had the camera off apparently for a little bit. Caught a few more. I don't know what's on camera, what's not. But I didn't measure any of them. So I'm just gonna say they weren't keepers, and I would still be at 2 keepers. But I did put on a different Buzzbait. One with a white trailer. Gonna see how that works. Keep fishing. All right guys, I've given this white one more than enough time right now. It's just not getting bit, so I'm gonna go back to this toad toter. It's really weird today, guys, that they just seem to want the toad toter. You know, I've had bites on the other two, but they haven't eaten it. They just like grabbed the tail, yanked it under, but they haven't actually eaten it. So I think if I'm gonna catch fish today, I think I'm just gonna have to put this toad toter in my hand and throw it all day. I probably won't. I'll probably still switch it up. But the way they're chewing, looks like it's gonna have to be this. There we go, guys. Wow, he got that thing good, like down his throat. Nice. That's fish number 3. Little spotted bass. I gotta go back. I gotta get one on this Brazalo. I don't know why they're not eating it today. All right, I'm gonna swap out this Brazalo with one with a silver blade and see if that makes a difference. All right, guys, so now back to the Brazalo again, but I put a silver bladed Brazalo on here. I was throwing a gold, and again, they just weren't eating it, but they were eating the silver bladed toad toter. So let's see if putting a silver blade on a Brazalo makes a difference. Again, the toad toter has a different sound. And so it may just be a sound thing today. They may just want that sound. Because again, I'm getting bites on this, but they're not eating it. They're just kind of like tail grabbing. There's one in the Brazalo. Okay guys, so since I swapped it out, that was 22 minutes before I finally caught one with it, but I had so many hits. They just didn't want to actually eat it today. But I probably had, I don't know, 7 or 8 bites in those 22 minutes. It's like today, more fish want to bite the Brazalo than the Jamie Blacks, but the fish that do bite the Jamie Blacks are really trying to get it, and they're getting the hook. All right, guys, battery died, just swapped it out again. It's 10:30. I think I would have 4 fish, I think, but swapping to a silver blade made all the difference. Another little spotted bass, guys. Oh, got him. All right, guys, 11:41. They're still eating the buzzbait. But I did go through a really long drought where they weren't touching it. But nothing big, man. Nothing bigger than like 1.5 pounds, maybe. Maybe. but who cares? Catching fish. Keep fishing. Man, he choked that thing. Absolutely choked it. All right, guys, so I think like next fish, I'm gonna call it a day because I still gotta drive back home. There you go, guys. I think that's the final fish of the day. All right, guys, I'm gonna close it out. Hopefully you guys can see me because the angle of the camera, whatever. So I caught everything on a buzzbait today. I threw 2 different buzzbaits throughout the day, and they're both clacking buzzbaits, but they have unique sounds, you know, different from each other, right? And so it's really weird. Sometimes I can throw one of them and not get bit at all, and I switch to the other and start catching fish, and then they shut off of that one, and I have to go back to the first, and they'll start biting that one again. So buzzbait season, you know, I almost always have both of them tied on because I just don't know what the fish are going to be chewing on. But let's get into it. So this one right here is the Brizalo Custom Lures Bushwhacker. You know, Danny makes several different sizes of them. I think 1/4, 3/8, and 1/2. And then for the trailer was a Motivated Fishing Revelation Craw. One thing I will say is if you're throwing this Brizalo Custom Lures Bushwhacker, you pretty much have to throw it on braid. At least in my personal experience, you got to throw it on braid. I don't know why, but I lose so many fish on that thing on fluoro. But I think I know why. But it's a killer buzzbait. I love it. The other one that I was throwing today is a Black's Custom Lures Toad Toter. Very, you know, similar as the Bushwhacker, but these have 2 totally different sounds between the 2 of them. And like I said, sometimes the bass want one over the other, at least in my experience. Again, for the trailer, this is another Motivated Fishing Revelation Craw. As the trailer, I just think it's a great trailer. I can throw it, you know, on anything, so, or just flip it by itself. So I'm always going through these things. But that's that, guys. That's both buzzbaits that I used today. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. If you're new to the channel, go ahead and hit the subscribe button right down there, along with the bell notification button. If you guys enjoyed the video, please give it a thumbs up and drop a comment below. Feel free to ask any questions. Again, guys, thank you very much for watching. As always, get on the water, be safe, and go stick some lips.